Okay, I thought I'd give you a better look at the setup. So I'm using the Pathfinder stove as a basket to hold the coals. And then I'm using a old style canteen cup stove on the bottom to hold a cup of coals, so it'll air draft. And then there's the actual Pathfinder pot. About 2 more minutes and we'll do the first check. Okay, first check. We've set the coals off with our handy stuff. I had like 5 coals in there for that. Grab the lid and lift off. Oh yeah, looking good. Make sure it's on there good. Back up onto the pot, staying nice and steady. Grab our coals, return to the top. We'll give it another 10 minutes and we'll check it again. Okay guys, this is a little update. I just took it off and checked it a minute ago and it was doing perfectly well. I want you to notice something though. This can is so warm that right about a ½ inch out is where your fingers start getting uncomfortable. I mean, it's just like right there. You can barely hold your hand there for a second. And yet, I can grab that handle, it's cool. I can grab that handle, it's cool. I can pick this thing up by that handle right now, and that pot's so hot I couldn't hold that pot. And yet, that handle's cool. That's kudos to whoever designed this pot and the metal, whatever those handles are made out of. They do shed the heat quickly, and although, like I said, that pot's so hot, that's about as far as you want to get. You don't really want to touch it. And yet those handles are cool to the touch. 25 minutes. So, off comes the coals. Grab the handle, set it off to the side. Oh yeah, looking good. I think I'm gonna need a little bit more heat than what I got right now. It smells good, it's browning in the middle. So I think what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna actually shift now and heat from the bottom for a little bit. So, I'm going to remove my canteen. And I'm going to get a better grip on this. We're gonna do that. Come on now. There we go, sit semi-flat. And I'm gonna put it back on there and let it heat a while. There's enough raw heat there, I think it'll finish it up without burning it. We shall see. Be back in about 10 minutes. Okay guys, so I took and pulled it off and checked it and found out that the top was done, etc., but it was a little bit still gooey in the middle. So I dumped the coals from the top down, and now I'm sitting on top and letting it finish up, and I'm pretty sure you can't see it, but there's a little bit of steam coming out the vent hole. So in the future I may want to take a piece of aluminum foil to go across the top to totally seal up that can, but it's doing great. My total time thus far has been about 35 minutes, I believe it is. And I figure in the next 5 minutes it's going to be done. So I could have done it quicker with real coals, I think, by heating the pot and hanging it up in the heat column, but learning every day. Stay with me and we'll take a look at the finished product in just a minute. Okay, it's been about 40 minutes now. I had a little breeze coming in from this direction where I've got some weather change going on, and so I went and put the coals all the way around the pot, not really for so much heat, just to surround it with heat so the wind's not blowing it so much. And I've been rotating the pot every few minutes. Luckily the wind has now died down. Now let's see what we got. If I can do this correctly. Lifting that off. Lifting off the pot. Relatively flat place to sit it. Aha. So down now we have a cleaned splinter. Let's see what we got. Came out clean. Doesn't feel wet. Okay. Now, should be ready. Warm, but you can stand it. Oh yeah. Now, to get it out of that pot, I'm going to take me a piece of aluminum foil. And my cup. Taking the piece of aluminum foil, I'm going to set it down on top of the cup, just like that. And then I'm going to take and turn it upside down. Give it a good shake. There, it broke loose. I'm going to move the cup out of the way. Catch it with my hand. Come off. Aluminum foil is a good insulator, but it won't last forever. Now we're just going to set it right down here. We'll take our spoon that we've been using. We're going to wipe off any ashes or stuff like that. A few taps. Take our hot rag we got right here. Rotate it over. Voila. One little bitty feel loaf of bread. Now, I can tell it's not 100%, it's still a little moist. That's fine. When I go to cook this, heat this up with my dinner meal, I want it to be a little bit underdone because I'm going to reheat it. And that would dry it out. Now, let's see. No way I'm going to be able to do that, but what the heck. 99%. It's done all the way through. Just fluffy and moist. Let it evaporate out some of that excess water and it'd be even better. Now this pot, on the other hand, that's going to require some considerations. I'm going to have to add some water to it, put it back on the heat, get all this to come loose in here. But it's no big deal. Should have added more grease. One loaf of bread, guys. I'll cover this up, but not really seal it up. I want it to let some of that moisture out of it, to dry it out a little bit more. So I'll just fold these corners over. Like this, leaving a center vent open. Like that. And allow it to cool. Lessons learned. The aluminum foil coiling up in the bottom does work. That's what the inside of the pot looks like. And this pot is really actually well designed. I'm impressed with it. Especially those handles being able to be handled when the pot was so hot you couldn't do it. Now, it being thin metal, you'll burn quickly. That's the reason I took a lot of time cooking with this. Yes, I could have cooked it faster. Biscuit, bread, or stuff like that normally takes no more than like 10-15 minutes. But with thin metal, you burn quickly. Your ratio of to burn is real close. Cast iron, being big thick metal, gives you a lot of time. It's slower to heat, slower to burn. Thin metal's quick to burn, so you got to do it slowly. Now again, I was under time constraint is the reason I had to use charcoal. I don't have the time to build up a great big old fire, maintain it, do it, and then I've got to leave here in about 30 minutes. so I don't have the time. But just to show it can be done with charcoal, it can be done with a small stove, whatever. You just have to look at what you're doing and take your time. It's better to cook slow than it is to burn it.